Hey there, homegirls. Welcome to the Adventures of Des and Cort podcast.
I'm Cort.
And I'm Des.
And together we're the unstoppable duo who've been friends for a whopping 29 years.
From sharing secrets in our teenage years to navigating the ups and downs of adulthood, we've been through it all together.
And now we're inviting you to join us as we dive into the adventures of friendship, life, and everything in between.
We're here to share our experiences, insights, and plenty of laughs along the way.
From discussing the joys and challenges of career and family to exploring self-discovery and personal growth, no topic is off limits here.
We want to create a space where women of all ages can feel seen, heard, and understood.
So grab your favorite beverage, cozy up, and let's embark on this journey together. Because life's greatest journeys are best traveled with a friend by your side. Hey girl, hey.
Hey.
Welcome to the Adventures of Des and Cort. I'm Cort.
And I'm Des.
Well, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We got some hot flashes again.
Yes.
Do you have yours today or you want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
Okay, I've got a couple.
Okay.
So one of mine is when everything needs to be replaced or you have lots of expenses at the same time. Oh. You know, like you have like oil change, you need to dental stuff, you have to get contacts, you need, or like us ladies lately, I feel like all my makeup is gone all at the same time.
That pisses me off so bad.
Or all my like facial creams, which when you're in your 40s, they all are not cheap.
Right.
So you could do some cheap stuff, but that like night cream.
Oh yeah.
It's not expensive or it's not cheap. So then
right.
When they all go at the same time, you're like, ah.
Yeah. And do you feel like mascara goes really quick?
Yes. I hate when it gets to that clumpy, thick stage.
Yeah. I bought one of my favorite mascaras, and you know that I'm a drugstore makeup buyer. Mm-hmm. And this one always lasts a long time. I love it. I bought it, and it lasted for like 2 weeks before it was so thick. I even like looked at it like, did I grab an old one by mistake? Like, what is this? And no, it was my new one, 2 weeks old, and it was just like mud.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a love-hate relationship with mascara because you're gonna wear it. Mm-hmm. You find one that you like and you stick with it forever. Right. I'm a drugstore mascara girl. You are too.
Yeah.
But I feel like the time that it's like the perfect consistency for it's like 1 week. You open it up and it's like too runny. Mm-hmm. It's not, you're like, it'll be good in about a week. It'll be right where I want it to be. Right. It's good for about a week and then it's clumpy and gross.
Yeah. Like mud.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when you see that it is thick like that, I don't know if you try this trick, but like I saw somewhere where you can put a couple of drops of eye drops in it. And I tried that, and then it's good for like 2 days, and then it's back to shit.
Yeah, and you're like, I should have
just bought it.
Just bought it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel like this week that for me that was one of the big ones we had. You know, helped Isaac. He had a big down payment on his truck, but helped Isaac purchase his truck, and then he's going to be paying us back. But you see that go out of your savings account, and then you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And then you got $400 worth of contacts, and you got, you know, dental stuff, and you got an oil change, and you need to get your dogs groomed, and you're like, ugh.
And really, like, the whole contact thing.
Yeah.
Really just pisses me off because people are walking around seeing for free.
Yeah, for free.
For free. Like, you know, we got to go every year to the eye doctor to
They should have to contribute to like a fund. A fund.
Yeah.
For us all to use.
Yeah, because they are so expensive. So I have to wear contacts. I'm kidding. I have to wear contacts for an astigmatism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which are more expensive.
Those sons of bitches are like $100 a box.
And then you have...
And there's 6 pairs.
Dry eyes. You're going to get even older. You're going to have them dailies.
I got dry eyes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right now you do the monthlies, but...
Right. Well, they're only 2 weeks. Mine are because of the astigmatism part of it. Mm-hmm. Because I asked. But I'll stretch them out as long as possible.
Same.
But That's why I wear an eye mask during my sleeps.
Yeah. Keep that air out of them eyes.
Because we got to have the fan on, you know?
Yeah.
Stupid.
I saw some meme the other day that said something about, actually, I think Josh showed it to me. If you know all the words to this song, you probably need 9 hours of sleep. You need some magnesium for bed. You need your weighted blanket. You need a face spritz before, and you need your fan on to go to bed. And it was Shoop. And I was like, well, I know all the words to that song.
Yeah, I do too. And I think that I check almost all of those boxes.
Same.
I don't
for the
mist
mist,
my face, but I wear an eye mask. I wear a mouth guard.
You wear your cream.
I wear my night cream.
Yeah.
And then I have my weighted blanket and I take magnesium.
Yeah. I know. I was like, oh,
I feel
shit.
attacked. Old bitches.
The other one I have is, how can one person gain or lose 6 to 10 pounds of weight in a week? It's annoying as a female. I mean, like, logically, you know,
Right.
it's not fat. Like, it's
Right.
water weight.
But
then
it still changes the way your clothes fit.
it's so fucking annoying. And then it messes with your mind. Like,
Right.
and then there's like you said, just about like the eye thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's these people walking around and they're like, no, I'm always the same weight. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Like, I could not drink very much water one day.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm dehydrated, weigh 3 pounds less the next day. Then I could
Right.
drink enough water and gain 6 pounds. I'm
Right.
like,
Well, and then you go, okay, so do I feel better hydrated and a little bloated, or do I feel better dehydrated and my pants feel big?
yeah,
You know?
Yep.
It's so dumb.
it's so fucked up as a female.
Yeah, because then too, like when you get closer to your cycle,
Yeah.
right? I told you so today's Thursday. I told you on Tuesday, I was like, I know mine's like right there because the pants that I wore on Friday of last week, I put on Monday, and I felt violent because they fit so freaking different.
Just because of that water weight.
Because of
and
the
bloating.
water weight
Yep.
and the bloating.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
And yes, if you're wondering, Des and I do sync up.
Yep. Sure do.
It's not a myth, even though they say it is, but I don't
Not a
think it
myth.
is. But then I thought of a funny, not everybody can be skinny and pretty. Some of us are chubby with big boobs and a fat ass. And I was like, yep, that's just us. You know what? We're funny. We're fab.
Fap.
Funny and pretty.
There you go.
We just might be a little chubby. And that's okay.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you hit an age where it's like, you know what? I'm so stressed about kids graduating and work and being the best mom, being the best, employee, the best friend, daughter,
Wife.
and everything.
Yep.
And then working out every day and
Yeah.
being healthy and taking your vitamins and drinking enough water and fuck.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You know what?
Yeah, I don't.
Got a big ass right now. Most of the time, actually, but who cares?
You're living your life. You're
Yeah.
healthy. All your numbers is healthy.
Yep.
You can.
Just a little hefty.
Your muscles. You can move your
Yeah.
body. Like everything's good. No.
It's like when I had a doctor when I was younger. I wasn't maybe 33-ish, and he ordered blood work because he insisted I was diabetic. Mm-hmm. Right.
I remember. Yeah.
And so I told him, I said, I feel fine. Like, I understand the number on the scale side, but okay, you're the doctor. Fine. So I go get all my blood work. I go back in. He's reading over my blood work and he says, gosh, all of your blood work is excellent. Your glucose and everything is wonderful. I said, I told you I don't have diabetes. I'm just chubby.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And he was just so floored that.
Everything was good.
Yeah. Everything was good. I was like, just big lady. I'm built for the end of the world.
We're built to
Work in the fields.
We're hunters. We're not this. Or built to gather. We can carry them water pots on our head. Mm-hmm. Carry them children's on our hips.
Couple of children's on them hips.
Let me hear your hot flash.
So, my hot flash this week is sometimes I get like a wild hair And I have naturally curly hair. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's curlier than others, depending on what stage of life I'm in.
Or what state you're in.
State, maybe a manic episode.
Well, I mean, like physical state.
What do you mean?
Mississippi to Idaho.
Oh, yeah, state. Yeah.
Yep.
That's for sure. So when I go visit family in the South, I wear my hair curly all the time because there's with that humidity, like there's no use in even trying for me. So I throw some gel in it and I'm good. So the other day, Monday, no, it was yesterday. Mm-hmm. So yesterday I get up and I'm like, I'm going to wear my hair curly because it'll be quick. I think I added probably 30 to 45 minutes on to getting ready because it wasn't laying right. And so then
you're instant pissed off.
Instant pissed. And then I look at the clock and I'm like, well, I can't
like you got to rush.
Yeah, I can't get back in the shower and wash it out. Ugh. So now I'm committed to my curly hair. Mm-hmm. But it was like the roots weren't curly, but the bottom was.
It was being funky.
It was kind of frizzy in places. Like there was no uniformity of it.
It just pissed you off.
Pissed me off. And I'm like, it's okay. It's still a little damp. Like, I'm going to head to work. So I get to work and I catch myself in the mirror and I'm pissed all over again. And so
and when she means pissed, I mean, she was hot. Like
I couldn't think about anything else.
So annoyed. And you could see it all over her face. She had to get this fixed or... Now. She was going home for the day.
Yeah. And I was so into it that I couldn't think about anything else.
Not
like thing. Courtney came in, I could barely even say hi to her or anything because I was in the process of trying to fix my stupid
trying
ass
to put
hair.
it up.
So I put it up. Didn't look right. I took it back down. It wasn't laying right. Like you can't part my hair curly in the middle.
No, especially after you've already
like fucking Krusty the Clown or something.
Yeah.
So go through, I'm irritated by it. And then I'm like, I'm going to do the Snooki bump. Mm-hmm. So I do the Snooki bump.
I liked it. I thought it looked cute.
I looked like
a Pomeranian with a Snooki bump.
A Shih Tzu.
That's what she kept saying. I look like I'm going to drive by in a car and bark at you out the window.
Yeah. I look like my mom's fucking Shih Tzu Sadie.
With her hair pulled back.
Yes. And I couldn't get past it. But I don't understand
It looked cute.
You're really just being a best friend now.
It really did look cute.
Oh, well, it wasn't working for me.
You did well, though. I thought you was going to go home.
If I...
didn't have that lunch appointment.
If I didn't have that lunch appointment, I definitely would have been like, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm too pissed to be here. And like to really think about that, like how shallow. Not shallow, like how stupid to let your hair dictate your entire mood for the day.
At least you saw that. And you didn't let it.
No, but you know what? When I got home last night after we had that meeting,
you took a shower.
Got in the shower and I washed that shit, and I'm wearing it straight today.
Scrubbed it hard because you were pissed off at it.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe next time I try it, it'll do what it's supposed to do.
Hopefully,
we'll see. So, can you believe this weekend is prom?
I can't, and it's their senior prom.
Yeah. So Isaac and Sophia are seniors. So. Senior prom is Saturday. Mm-hmm. And then next big event is graduation.
Yeah.
It's really crazy to think about.
It's bittersweet. So we're not crying every day, but you know, if we think of something, we might get some tears in our eyes. We're excited for them too. It's just a chapter that's ending in it. And it is sad as a mom.
And I'm excited for them.
Me too.
And I'm excited to like have that kind of adult relationship with them, you know, and see them flourish and stuff like that. But it is kind of sad to close that chapter of you as a mom, you know. But, I mean, they always need you, blah, blah, blah. But it's just weird.
Yeah, it's a different chapter.
Yeah.
Like, you're saying for sure. I have Adriana, so I know a little bit what that one's going to look like. I think with a boy, most girls I think stick close to their mom and boys love their mamas, but they just don't need you as much.
Right.
So I'm going to annoy the fuck out of him and make him hang out with me or text me.
And he'll tell you too.
Oh, for sure.
Like, Mom, you're driving me crazy.
Yeah.
But then the minute you stop driving him crazy, he's going to be like,
wait a
Mom.
second. Yeah. No, I won't be overbearing, but I'm going to make you talk to me while you're at school.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just ghost me.
No. And I want to hear from you every day, even if it's just a text.
Yeah, just a good morning or good night.
Yeah, I want to know you're safe.
Yep.
So he's going with a group of friends?
Yeah, he's going to go. He's got a good group of guy friends that he's only gone to one other dance this whole time. He was not going to go, but these group of guy friends said, come on, dude. We're like 3 of them don't have girlfriends either. So they got a limo and they're going to go to Boise and go out to eat. And then they're going to come back here, go to prom. And I'm not sure after that what will happen. But I'm just glad that they pushed him to go because I think that's, I don't know, a memory that you'll have forever with your buds. Yeah. I think that's cool.
Yeah. I love hearing that there's more kids going as friends.
Yes.
To go enjoy it versus being like, oh, I don't have anyone to take me.
I can't go.
You know, I'm not going. Like,
yep.
You don't always have to be attached to somebody to go have fun.
Agreed.
So, yeah.
And Sophie's going with?
She's going with a group of girlfriends, and they are borrowing my mom's car.
That's exciting.
Yeah. And so they'll go to dinner in Boise.
Yeah.
And then to the dance. And, you know, she's like, so can I hang out after? And I'm like, well, like, I want to know where you are.
Yeah.
And,
whose house?
You know. And it's just so funny because it's like eventually they're really not even going to have to ask.
No.
Us. They're like here really soon.
Honestly, Josh was like, Isaac's 18. He doesn't have to ask us. I was like, he lives in my house.
Yep,
and then
my
I
house,
was like, you sound like your parents.
Yeah.
It's funny how that happens.
Yeah. I was thinking Soph might not go, you know. But when she wanted to go dress shopping, I was like, okay, she's going to go.
I'm glad. She loves to dress up.
She does. She's
loves like her mama.
Pretty dress. Yep. She's always been like that. She went through a little phase where she didn't really like dresses, but she's come around. She really enjoys dressing up and hanging out with us when we do our old lady stuff.
Yeah, I love that. I love that her and Isaac have come with us to that for the past couple years. Des and I were talking kids-wise today. I feel like they hit an age, too, where you still love them, but they're almost setting you up because it's like they are trying to make it easier for you to let go of that chapter.
Yeah.
Because, and you know they're going through a lot right now. Like their lives are changing. Like it's just a big change. They're almost done with school and they want to be done with school, but they can be major assholes.
Oh my God, yeah. And then you call them out on it and they're like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, you are. If I hear a one more time, I'm going to lose my mind.
Or an eye roll or a stomp to my room.
Roll. Yeah.
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 But it is funny because people are like, well, they're setting you up to make it easier for them to leave. And it's like, even if they are dickheads, yes, I want to choke them some days. I still don't think it makes it easier.
Yeah.
But we wanted to do maybe a little bit of our adventure talk today on the kids and some different things that we did to them. Oh, man.
And motherhood, our adventures in motherhood.
Yeah. So when Isaac was little, I don't know I think it was Josh that started it. Sometimes he'd get to the point where he would just cry for no reason or be scared of something, and we would, push him. This is kind of mean because we could have given him maybe a little bit of time to shows emotions. But you know what? We were raised by boomers and told to suck it up. And we gave some time and then said, now suck it up.
Yeah. I'm going to help you for a minute. And
Yep. So what we would do is we would tell him we were going to call the wambulance. And he would immediately, he thought somebody was coming basically to arrest him, to take him away. If
He's
he
what,
didn't
4?
if he didn't suck it up right now. I'm calling the ambulance. He'd be like, "No!"
It just goes back to your call the cops.
Yeah. I want somebody to come save the day is what I want.
Yeah, this kid will not stop crying.
So yeah, anytime he would be crazy, we would say, I'm gonna call the ambulance. One of my favorite stories with Soph is Esmeralda.
Oh yeah. So I was single mom for quite a while when she was little. And so, I mean, like you said, sometimes you're just like, I want somebody to make this stop, right? So we come up with things and you try to talk them through it. But eventually, I don't know, maybe I'm sure we're going to get a lot of shit for this and people are going to think that we're mean.
Or maybe they have done it too.
But like, let's just be real. Sometimes you're like, I cannot handle this. Mm-hmm. So we were at my mom's for Easter, and Sophia was probably 5. And she was going through this phase where she was so competitive. Like everything was a competition, you know? And you want them to be competitive, but you also want them to think of others, right?
Yeah.
So it's just her and my nephew Joseph, and they are hunting Easter eggs. Well, Sophia's a girl, so she looks for things differently than boys do. We know this as mothers. We know this as wives. Right? Well, that's not in there. I'll be there in 2 seconds and find it in 1 second. Yeah. And it's the uterus, I guess. So she is just like smoking Joseph. Like, got one. I'm like, oh my God. And Joseph's so, like, he's having a good time, but he's starting to get irritated because his little shit's running around the yard with a basket full of Easter eggs.
Yeah, she physically, or is she, like, actually saying every time, got one?
Yeah.
So every time she's getting one, too, he's stopping in his tracks from looking, going, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, and so.
Slow down.
I'm telling my sister, I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, Sophia, give Joseph a minute, you know? And then he starts catching on too.
Yeah.
But then Sophia's ticked because he's catching on and now he's finding more. So she was just such a shit that day. And I just remember it so vividly. And I'm like, I'm trying to enjoy Easter and like it's supposed to be fun. Stop being so crazy, Desiree. Mm-hmm. But I had had enough. Yeah. She was a nightmare that day. She didn't like her hair. She didn't like this. Just everything. So we get in the car and we're heading home. And she was in the back seat running her mouth at me. And I said, Sophia, that is enough. She keeps going. I'm like, I'm going to take you to Esmeralda's house. She's like, who's Esmeralda? And I said, she's a lady that takes kids that are naughty and don't listen to their parents. Well, this neighborhood, I knew that there was a house that had to have been in foreclosure, right? Had like a chain link fence around the front yard. It had the real tall weeds and like a kid's bike. You know, it looked kind of like a movie scene.
Yeah.
And so I pull up to this house. She goes, why are you stopping? I said, I told you I was taking you to Esmeralda's house.
Get out.
And she goes, where? I said, right there, get out. And she's in a booster seat and she goes, no. And I said, get out of my car. And I got out of my car. God, this is so terrible. I am really sounding terrible. I get out of my car and I open the back door. I said, unbuckle. Come on. I told you to get out. You're going to Esmeralda's house. Mom, I promise I'm going to listen. I said, okay, well, she lives here and just know.
I will bring you back.
I will bring you back. So it was like a solid year.
Yeah.
I would be like, do you want to go to Esmeralda's?
Yeah.
And she would straighten right up.
I mean, sometimes you gotta use something to get them when they just are not.
Yeah. I needed some help.
Yes.
because that was a strong-willed child.
Yeah, she still is.
She is. She
to the
is.
core. That's funny because we would do that too. Pick up the phone. I'm going to call the ambulance or open the door. If we heard sirens, we would say.
I was at your house one time for that. And I was like, what are you doing?
We heard the ambulance. He would freak.
He would.
Gone. Oh, poor kid. Adriana, we told her that there was fashion police.
Fashion police?
Yeah. So she thought if she wore something that that was not good together at all, we'd be like, the fashion police are going to come. And she'd be like, what? Oh, are you serious? I just thought, we're dicks.
But like, thinking about it, we're like, God, I hope I haven't traumatized my child. Yes. But we definitely built them some damn good character.
We did. They're all funny.
They are. I mean, they say that's a trauma response, so maybe that's what this podcast is
and the
about.
cycle continues. Oh my God.
Creative parenting.
Yes. Do you remember going to prom at all?
Yes, I do. So I went, like we've talked about, when I switched schools, I didn't make a ton of friends. I was just trying to get through that new school, and I didn't have a date to prom. But I had a friend through the restaurant working with my mom. He was stationed in Mountain Home. He was 19, maybe 20. And I turned 18 November of our senior year. So I was an older senior anyway. But he found out that nobody was taking me, and he took me.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and it was just one of those, like,
you went to
check
to
the
go.
box.
Yeah. You didn't really go have fun if you think about it.
Yeah. And it just felt like you had to. I wish I was in a different spot mentally at that time. But yeah, I have like the prom pictures and stuff like that. And, the big dress.
Yeah.
With the butterflies in my hair. You remember those clips?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Did you go?
I never went to prom, but I do. My junior prom, I went shopping for a dress, but then I found out I was pregnant.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So we took the dress back, and my grandma had bought it for me. We took the dress back, and I got some maternity clothes.
Oh man.
I know. My senior year, I was basically out of school because I finished that second semester at home. But looking back on it, like after listening to you say that, like, you went with somebody that you kind of knew. I honestly feel like going with friends is the way to go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so excited for our kids because you'll have so many more core memories instead of just getting dressed, going to dinner,
right,
going to this dance,
right,
well, and then going home.
Yeah, and like whoever asks you or whatever, then you spend the night like worrying, like unless you're in a relationship, right? Then you spend the night worrying I don't really like this guy, but does he like me? Am I making it weird? Am I leading this kid on? I could totally see that happening.
So excited for our kids.
Me too. I told Soph that Isaac was going with a group of friends as well, and that they should meet up. So
yeah, they should.
Yeah,
I love them.
Me too. So, have you been watching the news or anything lately?
You know me.
I know.
I watch some news, but I get all my news on Instagrams.
Yeah. What'd you see so far?
I got some Graham news.
Let's hear it.
What would you call that?
Graham news?
Newsgram. I don't know. I need to come up with I love me a nickname.
Yeah, you sure do.
I need to come up with a good one for that.
Bitch ass Jessica.
Yes. And that is not pointed to any Jessicas we know. That's just if somebody's being an asshole, I might call you bitch ass Jessica.
She called me bitch ass Jessica, so.
Koberger. I want to say this morning, I saw that he's come up with this new alibi, and the judge made the defense actually state what the alibi is. Like, quit hiding it. If you're going to have this alibi at trial, you need to tell us what it is.
Right.
Did you see this at all?
No.
The alibi is that he's an avid hiker and runner before he came to the University of Idaho. And because he was ingrained and had so much going on with school, he changed from being an avid hiker and runner to a long driver. That was something he did. So he would go on these long drives at night and take pictures of the sky, the moon and the stars.
So how in the hell do you even like try to say those are the same thing?
I don't know.
Like you go from heavy physical activity to driving around and taking pictures of the sky.
To release stress. Taking a long drive. I like a long drive, but I've always liked a long drive. I am not an avid runner.
I was gonna say,
I'm not going to try to link the two.
No, that just sounds crazy.
So then, right, you're like, okay, like anybody's going to see this and go, that's ridiculous.
Right.
How are they going to get a jury or somebody to be like, well, maybe they've got some expert that's going to come in and say that he did not go, I want to say he didn't go east, he went west, but I could be wrong there. I can't remember if it was west or east. He went the other way based on his phone, and he's got night sky pictures in his phone from the moon and the stars, and you can see pings that he went a different way.
Right, but you got to wonder how accurate some of those pings are, right?
Yeah.
Because like every once in a while, you said your phone pings that you're in Salt Lake.
All the time tells, like I go to Google and I say, can you pull up restaurants near me? And it's like restaurants in Salt Lake City.
And mine pings to Seattle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure, in the whole forensic side of it, they can get into his phone and see exactly where the phone was.
Right.
But.
And they said he turned it off at one point.
Yeah, it was turned off during the murders.
Yeah.
So is that part of his relaxation?
Exactly. I just was like, as a parent, listening to that, it would infuriate me.
Oh,
like,
for
are
sure.
you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, for sure. And there's DNA evidence on the sheath.
Mm-hmm. He wore gloves at his parents' house to clean out his car.
Right.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Like, you idiot.
No, I hadn't seen that. That's
I was
interesting.
annoyed.
I went from a runner to a driver.
Yeah. Runner and hiker too. I like to drive, and
Far.
I was out that night. Nobody can corroborate my story.
Right.
But I was out that night taking pictures of the sky, and you can see that in my phone.
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
And the creepy thing to me is that he was studying criminology.
Yeah.
It was University of Washington
Pullman,
went to.
yeah.
So, like, weird.
I know.
Weird. I'd be super pissed if I was a parent.
I just was so annoyed when I read that.
Yeah.
Even a juror,
grasping.
like, yeah, you're grasping. Like,
right.
You really think everybody is this fucking stupid? Like, stop already.
Right. I wouldn't be good in a jury room.
Me either.
I wouldn't.
They
would
would
be
never
like, really?
pick us, though.
Oh, no, for sure. They'd be like, these bitches are like
Too
10 pounds
opinionated.
of crazy in a 5-pound sack.
We are too opinionated.
And yeah.
We'd be like, pick me.
Yeah. I want to do it.
They'd be like, they're too eager.
Yep. Eager beavers. No, you may not. Did you see that last night? All those 911 outages?
I did.
It's like multiple states.
It's the Chinamen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they are trying to ban TikTok right now. So they could be saying, then we're going to show you.
It's so, I don't know why China scares me.
Yeah.
Because of their intelligence. I also read, but I'll bring that up in a second. That's ADD.
Swear.
Yeah. How many states was it?
So I originally saw 4, but you were saying that there were more.
I think so.
It was like South Dakota, Nebraska, Nevada.
I saw Florida had some, and Iowa had some. I think there might have even been another one in there.
Yeah.
It's just wild. to think, well, and they push now that they're wanting like cities to be prepared in case cellular power, water outages are happening, to be prepared. I went home yesterday and I asked Josh after that, do you think that we should get a generator for our house?
Dude, totally crossed my mind. And have you seen that you can buy a PMF bag for it? Don't even know what PMF stands for.
What is PMF bag? You sold me. I'm like, what the fuck's a PMF bag? I need it, bags. I think.
So I don't know if it like blocks certain waves.
Oh,
I'm not sure, but like the one thing I was watching, because you know me, I'm reading the story, but I fixate on
one section of it.
Yeah, like maybe a few facts, and then I'm like, ooh, bored. So like, don't ever write me a long story because I can't. So my guess is this PMF bag like protects the generator from people like hacking it, or I don't even know. I would assume it's something to protect it.
Generators are hackable too. Fuck's sake.
I feel like everything is.
Scary.
Yeah. Like your Alexa that be turning off your lights, you won't have to go back to flipping your own switches.
Not if the power's out. I'm going to need that generator to kick her in. I'm okay. I only have one light it turns on. It's my lamp.
Is that the one that you're always calling out when you're leaving the house and we're on the phone?
Yeah.
Alexa, turn off second light or first light.
You said second light.
Well,
yes, I love it. Yeah.
Whichever one. She's shouting. She walking through the house. I could just picture it. I don't even know why, but like I'm not there with you. I hear your shoes clocking.
Alexa, turn off first light.
Yeah, she's shouting orders to everyone in the house. The Alexa, the
dogs
light switches. And around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Alexa, turn off Christmas.
That's my husband.
Dolly, kennel. Like, it's amazing. I don't know why I just picture you with, like, a bag on your arm.
Listen, I'm the Jetsons. Like, I'm modern day Jetsons. Okay?
You are. What was Jetson's wife's name?
Oh, God, I don't remember.
It was George and... What the hell was her name?
I don't remember. Look her up.
You're useless.
I know.
George.
Make yourself useful.
Yeah. Jetson, isn't
Jane.
it?
I don't know. George and Jane?
Jetson.
That sounds right.
Hold on. Let me see what the Googler says. Jane Jetson. George and Jane Jetson. So I put in Jane Jetson and it says Jane Jetson's birthday. Like
she has
Google even knows.
Google's like, I'll give you her birthday.
Says, did Jane Jetson have Judy at 17?
That was
the questions. You are Jane Jetson.
I am Jane.
The questions people be asking Google.
See? Your modern day.
Yeah.
Just your modern day Jane Jetson.
Yep. Turn off Christmas.
Turn off Christmas. Makes it real easy.
All I need to hear is your janitor keys clinking.
Oh my God.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's my favorite. So Des and I like to pick on each other.
Oh, for sure. If she's not picking on me, I'm like, I think she's mad.
So she calls my keys janitor keys because I have so many useless keys on my key ring. And then I had some other stuff on there that would jingle. I pick them up and it jangles.
To be fair, there was a day I pop quizzed her because I was like, there's no way you know what all these keys are for. And so we had a pop quiz. She knew what they were for.
Yeah, except for maybe two of them or something.
Yeah.
But now anything I can get on that keychain, I'm going to put on it. Somebody gave us a tape measure.
Oh my God.
And added it to the janitor keys.
And so they're getting real legit.
I got a screw.
I need to get you one of those carabiner things so you can hook it to your belt loop.
The fuck up. Do it.
So it can bounce off that hip.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, back to it. We were talking about the 911 outages.
Yeah.
What was I going to tell you?
You were asking Josh if you should get a generator for the house.
Oh, yeah. But I think there was one other thing on that page. No, you're fine. But I asked Josh if we could get a generator, and he goes, I mean, we can, but we wouldn't need one. We could just load up in the camper and go to the mountains and hide. I'm like, I could do that.
Yeah.
But you'd have to come down and get more gas.
Yeah.
Because we'd have to... Oh, he goes, we got solar.
Yeah. You just can't run AC on your solar, so you just have to
Sweat my ass off. Hop in a lake.
Yep, get in the lake.
As long as I'm safe,
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But there was one more thing on that page, that news page I was going to tell you about, and I can't remember now. Let me think about it. That real news, no bullshit Instagram page.
Or Instagram. Anything strike your fancy?
Let me see it. Oh, yes. This is what I was going to talk about. The congressional report alleges that China is to blame for our fentanyl crisis. Isn't that weird?
Is?
Yeah, let me tell you.
Do you think they're displacing the blame?
I don't know.
Because
According to a report released by the House Select Committee on China's Communist Party, the Chinese Communist Party has played a significant role in the global fentanyl crisis by subsidizing the production and export of materials used in the drugs manufacture. Are they reaching?
that's what I wonder, though, like, because if you think about it, like the TikTok ban through China,
Trying to push blame on
the Chinese weather balloons that have gone into our airspace.
Yeah.
Like, are they trying to place blame on China when it's not?
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot, that 911 outages, like, those could have been fucking planned, too. We're not conspiracy theorists over here, but I just feel like you never know.
Yeah.
Which is why then I don't want to watch the news. I just want to be in my happy bubble. And I know people think that that's ignorant, but...
No, I don't think so. I think if you're like consuming some news, just enough to be aware versus only consuming news so that you're spiraling and thinking like the world is ending, I don't think it's ignorant. I think it's protecting your mental health.
Yeah.
And you know what? If shit goes down, you'll figure it out.
Exactly.
I feel like that's the code we live by, you and I.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
Shit goes down, I'll figure it out.
Yep. We sure do live by that. But
like, we'll see.
we'll see.
So,
Well, it was nice chatting with you guys today. We will see you next week. See you later, homegirls.